Why are there so many streams about rainbows? Welcome, everyone, to the Bad Game Hall of Fame stream. Hello, Charkie.
Hey, Cass.
We're back here again.
Yep.
The LJN Connection, continuing our series, our retrospective of every LJN video game.
And on a very appropriate day, because today, May 25th, 2024, is the 20th year anniversary of the first Angry Video Game Nerd episode.
Oh god, that's right.
Granted, it was not an LJN game. It was Castlevania 2, but it feels appropriate.
Most certainly. It also makes me feel very fucking old, which is...
I was in a chat where someone brought that up, and people didn't believe it because that predates YouTube, and people forgot that there was video on the internet before YouTube.
Yeah, it was better before YouTube, some would argue. I remember watching Ashens before YouTube on whatever fucking weird-ass site. Was it Dig? Or... Anyway, yes, there was hosting before YouTube. People will not remember that, but that is... It's not even where James broke big. Remember, what was it
Screw
called?
Attack, is that what you're looking for?
Yes, thank you. Well, or game trailers.
Yeah,
more
game
specifically.
Trailers. Yeah.
Like, I had some uploads on game trailers that are, thank God, lost the time at this point. And Walter18 redeemed a highlight my message saying, "Thee and thy cater cousins art dead. Game over there." Yes, we will be getting the Friday the 13th tonight. It is not a Friday the 13th tonight, but we will be getting to that game nonetheless down the line, because this is the second wave of LGN releases. When we were last here, we covered releases between 1987 and 1988. There were roughly 5 of them. And this will be the course of...
I was going to say 6, including the LJN video art toy.
And this will be 5 tonight, and these are all going to come out in the course of 1989. And this is the last wave that is wholly, let's say, LJN, which is to say LJN Toys, which is to say LJN as a standalone company before... acquisitions will occur, before business decisions will change the brand as seen on the box. Because you'll notice a thing in all these games in the background here is that they all have the LJN rainbow on them, but the text underneath it is slightly different depending on what wave of releases you're looking at. Whereas these first games are marked with LJN Toys Ltd. By the time we roll into the third wave, they will just say LJN Ltd. And there's a reason for that. And we will get into that, but not in this episode. I don't have a big history prepared at the top of the stream either, because there really wasn't too much going on between 1988 and 1989. There's a little bit. I have at least a couple slides, but not nothing exhaustive. And then for the third wave, there's going to be a big dump at the top of that one that explains, that sets things up. For what happens between that period, between 1989 and 1990. We're going to get into that in just a minute. Is there anything you wanted to address, assuage, admit to before?
No, I actually don't have anything this week. I guess except maybe for the stream snack.
You know it. You love it. Charky, take it away.
Tonight's stream snack is El Monterey chicken and cheese taquitos. Now, some of you may be wondering, haven't you had that before? Like, I thought you don't, announce your repeat ones. Well, this is different. The previous ones were Southwest chicken, so no corn in these. And also, the other ones were extra crunchy. These are not extra crunchy, which makes me think they'd be extra floppy. Although they're not, they seem to be holding up well. And how do they taste? They taste about as generic as it comes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I think the Southwest chicken was better. It had more spice to it. The breading, I guess, around the tortilla make it extra crispy.
These didn't come straight from the taqueria into the freezer aisle, into your gullet, that this is maybe like a factory-produced product that is not of the utmost quality?
Yeah, not the locally sourced El Monterey I'm used to. But
Dan Reichert says you should get some of that Taco Bell avocado ranch sauce they sell at the grocery stores now, and that's true. I actually have.
They sell it at the grocery store. Okay, yeah, I'm going to the grocery store tomorrow.
I actually have a bag. I have my Ziploc bag full of sauces here, and I do have, in addition to my Diablo sauces, I do in fact have some of the avocado verde salsa here, which I guess is different from the avocado ranch sauce, but
aren't they really stingy with that at Taco Bell though? They're like, you get one.
Yeah, unlike their other hot sauce, which would give you like 50. Like, you ask for, like, can I just get, like, a packet of sauce? And it's like, oh, you want our entire supply?
Yeah.
You want enough to feed a family?
Actually, if you say, I want no sauce today, thank you, they're like, okay, 20 miles, gotcha. No, thanks for the tip. I'm definitely buying that at the store.
Well, I don't have a snack, per se. I'm just drinking beer, as I always do on this stream. You know, our point redemptions, you can make me drink on command, but I'm also just drinking for fun. So I'm drinking some Sapporo tonight, a premium beer, you see, for a premium stream that we intend to offer to all y'all out there. All right, so a little bit of history, just a smidge, not too much, and I promise you we'll get to the game soon. Here's just another LJN advert that would have appeared in magazines at the time, advertising the second wave of games. You can see the top delineated from the second row of games here. What's curious about this is that this advert was posted before A Nightmare on Elm Street was actually released. That game would get delayed and sort of repurposed, reconfigured to be something very different from what it was originally intended. And that may have been the case with Friday the 13th as well. But we'll get into that in just a minute. But they're still going with the interactive video game branding here. They're still trying to sell folk on this combination of entertainment and interactivity. I've never played anything interactive that's been entertaining me personally, so I don't see where they're coming from with this. Just this two great tastes that don't taste great together in my mind.
Well, I knew it when you and I the other day were playing X-Defiant and you weren't having fun. I was like, this cast person just doesn't like video games.
Yeah, no, it's just, I'm over them. Now, LJN was still trying to sell people on these nascent video games, and they would have these little flyers here, or I think these were either, I'm not sure what these are. I think these are printed cards, or they may have been on the backs of manuals. I just know that these cards exist, where then they would advertise their upcoming games, and you would occasionally get like screenshots of these games well before they were released, so you'd get like these impressions of what the games were in development. And you may notice one at the front there for a World War III. Let's zoom in on that. Here's a game that never came out. This was meant to tie into, I believe, their World War III line of Enertech guns. We mentioned Enertech last time in their toy gun line, and I think one of their subdivisions was the World War III sub-line of that. But this game never came to be. It was looking like a...
Yeah, I had never heard of it, but granted, if it never came out, that's probably a good reason.
That'll do it. It looks like they're trying to go for like a War Games thing here by this mock-up. You know, so maybe it would have been like a strategy game, whether that be turn-based or real-time. Who's to say? No idea who was developing this. This placard, this card, this image is all that is known, all that exists to signify this was a game in development. Unless some prototype leaks or something along those lines. I just wanted to take a moment to read some stuff in the chat. Twerk Your Way to the Top says that LJN could have been Fortnite at a time, that they were before their time, that there could have been one super game, like an X-Defiant, if you will, an LJN original, starring all their media franchises.
Like a multiverses kind of thing.
Dan Reichert pointing out that the Wolverine LJN game, it was fucking hard. You would lose a life, or not lose a life, you would lose life, you would lose health over time if you used your claws. We will get to that. This is an exhaustive retrospective on every LJN game, which means, unfortunately, I will have to play the Wolverine game at some point and encounter that mechanic for myself. Johnny Baghead saying that interactive feels like a Hideo Kojima invention, like Transfarring or Strand-type game. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned this last time, but Garfield Eats had that like buzzword they're throwing around, intergaging.
Yes.
Entertaining and engaging.
People inventing buzzwords, and there's too much to go around, and none of them seem to stick. Funny that. We're going to jump into a game shortly, and that game's going to be Friday the 13th. And as long as I have these little placards here, we might as well take a look at this placard right here. Which, if you look closely at the bottom left corner at the screenshots on offer, they have a very different Jason sprite and very different heads-up display elements. For one of the screenshots, at least. I mean, the map is what it is. It has some different like inventory iconography on it.
It does look like in the one in the very bottom left corner that you are driving the Blaster Master tank.
Good eye. Yes, it's the crossover we've all been waiting for. Jason versus Blaster Master. But no, this is mostly what the game ended up being. The plot as described here is the counselors versus Jason, as you'd expect. Do they mention the zombies here? Yes. Jason and his many zombies can strike at any time from anywhere, and you have to defend yourself, your friends, and the many young campers staying in the cabins. So, premise more or less established here. Doseku asking, are we going to play the NES original or fan remake? Please, we're going to play the NES original here. We're trying to take these games as they were, examine what they were at the time, and I don't need to improve the experience or otherwise alter it. I want to get it as it is.
Improve on perfection.
And that is the thing. I like this game. I like this game a lot. I think this game is good. This is one of those LJN games that I appreciate. In fact, I appreciate it so much, I went and wrote a whole article about it back in the day, which I'm linking to here. This is our article on Friday the 13th, in which I mount a defense of it. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy myself playing this one. I don't know if I can beat it on just a whim without practice, without warm-up, but I'm going to give it my scout's best. And try to show it off in the most positive light that I can manage. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but I think it has some really novel mechanics at play, and that's typical for Atlas, who made this game. This is another Atlas game in the LJN library, and yes, I'm going to always say, yes, that Atlas, the one that's still around today, just to remind folk. That this is where they arguably got their start, working on like Japanese home computers, and then their first NES games were done in collaboration with LJN, and mostly intended for that North American audience, which is just an interesting note, I think. Historical footnotes. Let's get it launched, why don't we?
I don't know if this era ever stopped.
A little bit of flashing there. Not my favorite, but was the era.
Speaking of the era, I don't know if this ever really stopped, but it feels like it was more so prevalent around like the late 80s, early 90s of very, very, very much not child-friendly properties getting the video game for kids. Like, definitely marketed at a younger audience that was not supposed to be seeing these movies. And granted, every generation is going to see the movies they're not supposed to see. But, like, I don't think you really get, like, Friday the 13th, the game, marketed at a younger audience, or, like, Nightmare on Elm Street, marketed at a younger audience.
Yeah,
like, there is that Friday the 13th game that came out and died semi-recently, but that was, more for the Dead by Daylight crowd.
I need to figure out I need to remember if right is clockwise or counterclockwise. Right is counterclockwise, left is clockwise. That's all I need to know.
Magic Nails also pointed out they did that with cartoons too, like RoboCop, and I also remember Toxic Avenger getting a cartoon.
So what I'm doing here is I am consulting the map repeatedly because I need to figure out how best to make my way to the flashing cabin on the screen. And also when you're in the woods, you can pick up vitamins, as they say in the manual. I'm going to get lost in these woods, like, just straight away, because I do not remember the layout here. It is a bit of a maze, so this was maybe not my most brilliant strategy. In fact, let's get the fuck out of here if I can manage it, because they're about to murder the shit out of one of our potential playable characters here, which is not ideal.
Oh, okay. Video Game King says the modern equivalent of like Alien getting a cartoon toys is the Xenomorph becoming a playable character in Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite fills the void of Going back to Fortnite, as you said, LJN being the original Fortnite.
I completely fucked up.
Fortnite is filling the void of like not having 4 kids for games about these, gory horror franchises. Because now you can make them floss.
So we already lost one of our 6 playable characters because I made a bad decision. I made a bad call by going into the forest this early. Each of these different characters actually has different stats. There's a few different categories. There's their run speed, jumps, height or speed. I think there's a damage stat as well. How quickly they toss weapons and how fastly they can do a boat. How quickly they can paddle in the ocean, which is good for important when you need to save the children. Do it for the kids.
Okay, so how do you lose this game? Obviously, if all your counselors are dead, you lose.
If all the children die, you also lose, I believe.
But you can win with just one child and one counselor, right?
Yes, theoretically.
Oh, what's that?
Those are vitamins. Those are healing. So we're gonna go into this house. Chrissy's gonna thank us. Or is that Laura? Right, that's Laura. 3D navigation, but it's pretty standard. There's not a lot, like it's not like maze-like in its complexity. That said,
These fights always remind me of like Punch-Out.
Yeah, I'm holding backwards and dodging when I'm anticipating the punch. All I have right now are rocks. We will get some better weapons if we have time to grind out on some zombies. And I'm also not too worried because I did pick up 3 sets of vitamins. Of healing potions. We'll just call them healing items. What we need to be doing at this point, this is a lot like Jaws, in which the goal of the game is to defeat Jason. But how you go about doing that is contingent on like how powerful you want to make yourself, how much time you want to invest. So our first objective is to get a lighter and to go to all these houses, all these cabins, and light up the fireplaces, at which point we'll be offered hints. And there's a Jason jump scare. So close after our previous encounter, we're already getting pursued again. Now, luckily, I don't think Jason's health regenerates, but these rocks obviously ain't doing much. So the goal here is really just to get better weapons, and you can get those by grinding the zombies, which, zombies in a Friday the 13th game, what are they doing here? There's never been zombies in Friday the 13th. What else would the game
Jason is literally a zombie.
Yeah,
right?
I suppose so. Or no, only after Jason lives, only after part 6, he's a zombie. Before that, he had not been dead. I think he didn't actually drown. It's stupid. Friday the 13th lore is really stupid. Friday the 13th, really stupid. This may be shocking news to those of you who have not watched like a Jason X or whatever, but it's always been kind of dumb. Oh,
whoa, there he is.
Yeah, he's really on my ass right now. Luckily, I have those healing potions, so I can do this.
Do they automatically get used, or do you have to?
Yes, they do. And you can also trade them and use them on other counselors if you go into the cabins that they occupy. Let me show this screen. We've already lost one. Actually, no, I can't even switch until I'm inside a cabin. So this is Counselor Select. And transferring to any of these counselors will put me to where they are on the map. So you can see the blinking icons, that's where they occupy. And so what you want to do, if you're playing this game to be like, to win it, if you're in it to win it, you want to have characters stationed at different points in the map so they can access different things at different times. So they can rescue each other, so they can rescue the children. Like, this right now here, Paul's going to be my dedicated go for the kids guy. So I should probably get him a weapon. If I really wanted to, I could like switch to him now and start getting him, like, the knife or what have you. But for now, I'm just gonna stick with Chrissy.
Like, this game is already clearly very ambitious.
No, absolutely. And while these paths, while these walkabouts may be not the most exciting thing, and while zombies might be some pretty generic fodder, got a key. I wonder what that could be for. Probably nothing. Probably just there as a joke.
Considering you wrote the article on this, then you would know that, yes, it's a joke.
No, it is for opening cabins in the woods. Oh, hold on. I almost looked over that, or didn't recognize that. Go into one of the cabins by the lake. So there'll be another note there, giving us potentially more clues, giving us a bit more instruction. And as we light all the fireplaces, I think, if I remember the sequence here, what I'm working for is a flashlight. The reward for lighting all the fireplaces is a flashlight that we can use to illuminate the caverns, where we can actually fight Jason's mom. By which I mean her decapitated head, which floats around and attacks us, and that can get us access to a very good weapon that we definitely fucking want. Or we can get the sweater, which gives us half damage, whichever character happens to have that. Now, one thing that annoys me is that you can't leave characters in the big cabins. I can't, like, switch to another character from here. I have to find a smaller cabin. For whatever reason, they're very particular about that. What does this note say? There's a machete hidden somewhere in the cave. That's what they're hinting at. That's what I was just referencing was one of the better weapons. Johnny Baggett saying, shout out to the time Jason wore a bag on his head. Trendsetter. That'll be part 2. I'll have you know.
You know, it is kind of a shame that the Friday the 13th video game... Okay, let me be clear, because we are playing a Friday the 13th video game right now.
Yeah, everyone knows what you're talking about, but to be clear...
The more recent one, the Dead by Daylight kind of one. It's a shame that, like, died. It sounded like there's a lot of rights issues.
Oh, you don't say?
Killing that thing.
That game was made with so much love for the source material.
Yeah,
the fact they have like every version of
exactly.
Jason in it,
Mm-hmm.
that ship should be encouraged, as it turns out. That is like a really novel concept. And you know, I don't love games of that nature. I don't love the Dead by Daylight style, but I can at least appreciate it as just like the ultimate in fan service. All right, do we have a lighter?
Is the Evil Dead one still alive at all?
I think it might be. I haven't heard about it dying, I can tell you that much. Alright, the boat sucks. We're also not going to make it to children in time, are we? Paul's just going to take damage here, and... Yeah, Jason killed 5 kids.
Oh, gee, at once?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, what are they going to do to defend themselves in this case?
I mean, maybe they should have spread out a little bit.
No, they're all in the cabin by the lake, so, yeah, no, I completely blew that one. I took too long to switch to the character. I ultimately took the wrong route in the lake, because it's a crapshoot whether left or right will get you there quicker. I don't remember. So, sorry, we're gonna have to write some notes. We're gonna send some letters to the parents, I suppose, at the end of this, being like, hey, yeah, we took a wrong turn. Sorry about your kids, but...
We tried our best, but you did sign a waiver.
So really, whose fault is...
Mm-hmm.
They knew the risks. Jason has never killed kids. In fact, he goes out of his way to not kill kids in one of the Friday the 13th. I think the one with the last one with Tommy Jarvis in it. So that's what, part 6?
No clue. I've honestly never seen any of these movies.
You're not missing much. I had my phase where I liked my horror movies well enough, but
like it's all cultural osmosis for me when it comes to a lot of these movies. That's not to say I don't like horror movies. I kind of don't like movies in general.
Yeah, so you've mentioned me, which is still like wild to hear someone say this. Like, yeah, I don't like movies. Like hearing someone say like, I don't really care for music, but I get where you're coming from with it. I understand what you mean.
There are movies I really like, but I don't generally like sitting down to watch an entire movie all the way through.
Let's see if we can save it.
I watch a long-ass YouTube video all the way through.
The movies of today. This generation's movies.
Yeah. You know what? I think that's a big thing. I think it's a big part of it. When I say I don't like movies, I don't like movies that are coming out right now, for sure.
I would love to kill enough zombies to get a knife, by the way. That's why I'm even bothering with these guys. If you kill enough of them, you get upgraded weapons. That is the motivation to actually engage with this mechanic. Of course, the longer I take, the more damage my counselor takes. Sorry, but my timing is awful right now.
I was about to say, because I noticed, like, on Netflix, Top Secret is back on there from 1984, and damn, I want to watch that movie again.
We should watch that movie again. Man, yeah. I really am slacking on this. I mean, granted, do I need all the counselors? Do I really need every single counselor for this? Most of them have pretty lousy stats. Girls get it done. I'm just gonna let the... Oh, well. So actually, what's interesting is that Jason is on something of a path through the stages, through the world here. Oh my god! That's horrible luck. I did okay, though. So Jason is actually traveling a sort of invisible path along the map here, from spot to spot. So if you're, like, really adept, if you're really tuned into the game, you can predict where he'll be at different stages, at different points in time and whatnot. I'm not that good at this game. You might be able to gather that from the fact that we're losing counselors left and right, kids are getting killed, that maybe this isn't my best game. But I like it. Whoop. Do me a favor, read some messages from the chat, see if anyone has...
Sure.
Also, I'm trying to not use rewind. I don't know if you noticed that I'm not manipulating my luck here. I'm trying to ease off of it a little bit. That said, I did put some new point redemptions in the chat as well, or gave the options to the chatters for nights where the rewinding is in effect, to put a stop to it or to resume it, to encourage me to use it, as the case may be.
Johnny was saying that he's kind of surprised movie theaters didn't go the way of the dinosaurs during the lockdown, or after the lockdown, rather.
I mean, a lot of them did.
As a whole, they still exist, though. Well, granted, like, you're seeing movies come out now that it's, like, coming out in theaters, and 3 days later, coming out on streaming. Like, why go to the theater?
A fair point. A valid concern. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get inside this cabin. Debbie, you stay here. Paul, you still alive?
Magic Meow says, in terms of the stop rewinding thing, that 10,000 points is kind of a lot. Well, yeah, because let's say we stop rewinding, and now the next 2 hours of the stream is Karate Kid. That's a lot.
Oh, Chrissy still had a health potion. That's good. I think I might be able to save these damn kids. Thank you.
Oh god, 40. Spread out, kids. Jeez.
Jason fucks off after a set amount of damage. You know, ideally, I want to get the better weapon, so I would actually not want to kill him right now. I guess that's really a stupid way to play the game. I guess you should just kill him as quickly as you can.
You do want to kill him, yes.
But, like, you know, there's 3 days this game takes place across, and obviously your counselors don't replenish between then.
You put out one ad in the paper between days, like, need new counselors at Camp Crystal Lake.
Can you see?
Don't ask why!
Must have experience with knives.
Oh, must be a chef
drink
position. Don't mind if I do. Sapporo time. Okay, so Chrissy is one of my star players because she's very fast, and she does fair damage, so it would actually suck to lose her. And would probably inhibit my ability to do a full playthrough of this. But I mean, also, like, we're having rotten luck as it is, so that I may have lost that just somewhere between the first and second counselors dying, truth be told. Oh my god, how many more zombies do I need to kill to get the next weapon upgrade? Also, did I light the fireplaces here yet? This is the thing that it is easy to lose track of, where you've been and where you haven't, when all of these cabins, I don't know if you can tell or not, look exactly the same, which was always the problem with these pseudo 3D... Oh, there it is! Okay, so it was not for the sake of getting a flashlight, it was for the sake of getting the torch weapon, which is very good.
Yes, that's what they call it in Britain.
Shut up. There's also one-hit kill any zombie, which is good. Oh, is the machete better? I don't think it is. I think, or not. That's not the machete, actually. I think that's a different weapon. But ultimately, so yeah, that's Chrissy kitted out. What I think I want to do next is go into the caves. Who's close to the caves? Let's do Debbie. Alright. I don't actually need the flashlight. I think I can guess where the thing I want to see is. Wait, does she have a key? That's the question. She has a key, good.
It's the locked cave.
Well, you'll see when we get in there. Oh, there we go. Another one-hit kill weapon, and it moves pretty fast, too, if I do say so. Alright, I'm constantly tapping the up button. Just in case I needed a key. I can't toss knives in the air, which is a little annoying. Yeah, I think it's like... Oh, she can't jump high enough! So that's what I mentioned. One of the stats to consider is a jump stat. And she don't got it. That's a problem. Oh, great. Now the children are getting attacked.
Speaking of problems... Oh, we found it.
Just before I got attacked by Wolf 2. Luckily, anything happening in the Outworld is on pause while we're in here. That's right. And her attack pattern is different.
Just the Medusa.
Ooh, yeah, no, this isn't gonna go well, is it? I do not remember how to. Fuck this.
Well,
hold on. I'm gonna cheat a little.
Okay.
Because I want to see if I can at least, like, figure out the timing. If I can troubleshoot this. Okay, so she comes down. Yeah, okay, so it's not the dodge, it's this.
Door.
Yeah,
it's
like
straight
physically
thing.
dodging.
Motor City Fool saying that this game slaps. Yes, it does. I agree. This game is cool. Yeah, I backed myself into a corner. That's my bad. If we overstep, though, in that way... Oh!
There you go.
All right, and now we...
Got the toothbrush.
This is a throwing axe, I believe. All right, now I see to get the fuck out of here. But I think this is, well...
I assume she needs to get out with the axe.
Yes. And then what I could do, if I wanted to, is trade this weapon to any one of the other counselors. But I'm just going to cheat till we get out of this cave. Oh, it's brutal, though. It's not an easy game. I don't know if you gathered that. It's quite hard. Ugh. I'm completely lost. Oh, wait. Oh. This is...
There you go.
All right, now I can at least take a hit for whatever that's worth. Maybe here? No. These kids are dead.
Yeah.
You can tell where the entrances and exits are because there's like some like stones that are set, like deliberately like off. So that's where you can tell where the entrances are. Otherwise, I think there's like the flashlight. Don't fool me with that knife. That's a trick. That's a trap. That's not though.
There you
All
go.
right. Well, the kids are screwed. The kids are absolutely just gone at this point. There's four
Listen,
of them left.
An axe is worth at least 6 kids, so you're still up ahead.
Now, strategies at this point. Things I could and should be doing. Going to the woods. There's a lot of vitamins in the woods, as I've alluded to a couple times. So if I really want to like keep these characters alive, that'd be a way to do it. What about you, Paul? At this point, yeah, I think I just want to... I want to go on the hunt for Jason. I might as well get Laura, like, a real weapon. I haven't played as her yet. Oh, she's got some move speed, at least. Yeah, girls get it done, like I said earlier.
So I assume you have to go to the same cabin that she's in, that your previous girl's in, who I forgot what her name is already.
Yeah, Debbie, I think. All right, one of my counselors is under attack. Let's figure out who and where. I think it's just Paul. Yeah, fine, I guess I'll go save him. I don't
I
think
assume you
anyone
can't
is...
switch to whoever's under attack.
No, unfortunately. I can switch to Debbie, though. Who is closest, even though she's slowest.
And closest to dying.
She has a potion on her. I'm jumping in the hopes that a healing item will appear. There are hidden, like, tiles, as it were, that if you jump near them, items have a potential to spawn. So that's handy.
Gonna try and fight Jason?
Yeah. I have the axe, so it should go pretty well. And I know how to dodge this shit.
Still not a lot of damage, all things considered.
No, but compared to the rocks... Debbie might also just suck.
Yes, that's what I was about to say, that Debbie might just be a low damage output character.
But look how fast that fight ended, though. I think the torch probably does more damage than the axe, but has a weirder, like, attack pattern. But that doesn't matter in the first-person sequences, you know? And I will tell you, there is a little bit of a tell for when Jason's gonna attack you in the overworld here. The screen stops scrolling. Brutal.
You want to rewind?
Yeah, I want to rewind that. I want to at least make it past one day of this game. So what I need to do, what you really need to do here is maybe not get into the fight in the first place, but if you must, you station yourself on one side of the screen and you just toss endless weapons. There's no point in trying to dodge his attacks there. It's not like fighting inside the cabins where there's a very easy pattern to detect, a very intuitive, like, dodging. You can dodge left or right and you'll dodge either way, which is very handy, but not so much when you're expected to jump over attacks, I guess. And really, I should be going after Jason at this point, but...
Johnny Baggett says this game's reminding him of Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest.
Yeah, I did pick that intro for dual reasons. This being the AVGN's 20th anniversary, and Simon's Quest being the first thing that he played on that in that series, as well as, you know, it feels cut from the same cloth, let's say, as this. See, there's a potion. Let's go into the woods.
Simon's Quest must have come out in Japan before this, right?
This is 89. So you might be onto something there.
You know, maybe there's some inspiration getting pulled.
No.
Really? No?
No, the inspiration for Simon's Quest was Vampire Kill on the MSX. The idea of having economy, of buying your sub-weapons and stuff. They already figured that out with Vampire Kill on the MSX.
I'm talking about Atlas getting a little inspired from Castlevania.
Oh. Yeah.
Not the other way around.
Sure. Yes, that's more likely, to say the least. You know what? I'm about to say, like, I'm about to be like MJ and say fuck those kids, because they are really harshing my vibe right now and keeping me from living this.
Those might be the last kids.
I guess we'll see if it's an instant game over. Because I know we've been playing this game for a while.
Okay, perhaps you can tell me, because it's one of those things that I've heard all the time, never looked into. What is the origin of the Michael Jordan "fuck them kids" thing?
It was about giving away sneakers, promotional. Jason wiped out the kids, game over. Yeah, so what happened was that Michael Jordan was asked to, like, do, like, a giveaway for sneakers as, like, a charity thing, and Michael Jackson... did I say Jackson earlier?
You said Jackson this time.
That's because someone in the chat said I thought you meant Michael Jackson.
No,
no, I'm not going for that joke, you fucks. There's a famous Michael Jordan quotes where he said "fuck them kids" in reference to not giving them free shit, because Michael Jordan is nothing if not a businessman, if not a shrewd businessman. That's what I meant. That's what I meant for the start. If I said Jackson, then then I apologize. It's not what I was going for. Anyway, we lost. That was Friday the 13th. If I had practiced a little more, maybe I could have done a little better at it, but alas.
I think you might have said MJ, which is where the confusion would have come from.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. So that was Friday the 13th. Maybe one of these days I'll come back to it and I'll practice it. I will put in the work into making sure that I can actually clear that game and then show it off on stream one day, because I do like that game a lot. But let's just call this a small sampling of it for the sake of this stream, because we got other stuff to cover tonight, including Back to the Future. This one developed by Beam Software. I told you we'd come back to these people after Bad Street Brawler. We'd come back to Beam Software. That their path, that their legacy is intertwined with that of oh my god, LJNs. So please check out our Bad Street Brawler stream. That's another NES game that you can watch us play through, and all the other versions of it for that. But this is Back to the Future, which is particularly infamous, again, because of the AVGN. And, you know, I hate to say it, I kind of like this one, too. I think this game is fine. Gale Pond saying Beam Software or Beam Software? Beam, like a beam of light in these dark, trying times. Magic Meow saying this game sucks ass, Cass. Have you ever beaten it? Oh, thank you. Back to the Future expert Magic Meows. Tell me, how many times have you beaten this game, huh? I think I can beat this tonight with minimal cheating. With minimal cheating, I think I can maybe get through this one. Let's give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot.
I feel like that might be one of the most bullshit things you've said in the time I've known you.
What?
It's just like, well, I'm sorry, have you beaten it to say that this game sucks?
Okay,
huh?
Maybe I should ask them, have they even fucking played this game? Would be the more accurate question.
That's better.
Man, I sure wish they used songs from the movie.
This is
a really fucked up version of Power of Love, but...
Listen, you say it sucks, but the last 10 seconds will, like, blow you away. Johnny says, and this is strange, Johnny says, this may be an odd request. Do you think you're able to slow the game speed down to 50%? I wouldn't even know why you're asking that.
Power of love is a curious thing. If you listen to it at 50% speed, you do start to pick up that this is Huey Lewis and the News' Power of Love, the theme song to Back to the Future.
Oh.
A little harder to make out at this speed, where it just sounds like a jaunty, you know, like, get in there, get back to that future, boy howdy. Alright, let's get into it. There's a few mechanics I like here that I think are pretty novel. Obviously, grabbing literal clocks is a little on the nose, to say the least. And, you know, it doesn't look like Marty McFly, but I mean, we're working with 3 colors. What are you gonna do?
That would be a good version of the movie, though. Like, he gets sent back in time, and he's like, how do I get back to the future? Like, I know, I'll collect all the time I can. I need to get every clock in Hill Valley. And he just runs around desperately collecting clocks and shoving them into the engine of the DeLorean.
So have you noticed the bottom of the heads-up display?
The photo, the family photo thing?
That's exactly it, yes. Oh, I missed the skateboard. Skateboard gives us much faster move speed. Gets us through the stages that much quicker. I'm going to try to pick one of those up as soon as I can. Right now, I'm just focused on... here we go. Stay alive. If you jump at the end of the stage, you get bonus points based on, like, how high of the jump you are. It's like a skateboard trick, you see.
So, what is stopping the portrait from fading? Is it the clocks?
Yes, the clocks would be, like, somehow, like, fixing time, I guess. Or you know, keeping us, like, on the right track in terms of, like, the space-time what needs to happen for history to go the way that keeps us alive.
You were killing those poor people just for, like, trying to move a pane of glass.
Well, I suffered a hit, which means I lose the bowling ball and the skateboard, which is unfortunate. It's like Super Mario Bros. I mean, in fact, that's exactly what they're going for, in case it wasn't obvious, except they reversed the order a little bit. The bowling balls being your fireball equivalent. You collect those first, and then you collect the skateboard. Or actually, I wonder, can you get them in any order you want? It doesn't matter. Ultimately, like, we just want to have both of them. And if you're good at this game, which, again, I never pretend to be good at games, I just like them. If you're particularly proficient, you can hold on to a bowling ball and skateboard from level 1 to level the end, and just go through the entire game at, like, as fast a pace as possible, which actually isn't the most high-scoring way to play the game, but it is a way to play.
So you can do the music part on a skateboard?
Well, we'll see those scenes in a minute. We'll see the first of those 3 mini-games. Right now, I seen another damn bowling ball.
Never seen this movie either.
Man. Look, I'm not one of those fucking people who's like, oh man, you never seen this movie? We gotta go watch it right now. But, I mean, I just figured, like, it's just hard to dodge Back to the Future, I would think.
Just never saw it. In fact, I'm not gonna read them all aloud, but on my own right here, I'm gonna go through this entire LJN list to see if I've seen any of these movies.
Oh,
okay,
I really
know I saw Jaws. I saw Jaws for sure.
I really fucked that one up there. Not that it's like I'm in danger of anything right now. Like, we're doing pretty good on time. Good on points, for whatever that's worth.
I believe I've also seen what may be the next movie we do tonight. Next movie game.
Perhaps. Perhaps you have. Should I lower the volume of the game a little bit, by the way, folks? How's the volume of our voices compared to that of the game? I know I always ask this, and people are always like, it's fine. But, I still like to know. If it's, like, particularly overpowering, or what have you. People saying it's good.
Cares a lot about the audio quality of the stream.
Yeah, it's almost like it's half the thing, that it's audio and visual, and that people don't like it or won't watch an archive or a stream or anything if the audio quality is bad, if they can't make out what people are saying. So,
I mean,
not saying we've ever been that bad, but
if you can tell how good the audio quality is for me tonight, it's because Cass told me to turn my knob 1/2 of a centimeter counterclockwise right before we started.
Yeah, you made sure that you had the same exact microphone as me, so
yes.
That's the price you're gonna pay, is that me giving these like really annoying instructions is like, all right, turn it exactly 2 centimeters, because that's gonna translate to approximately 1 decibel of gain.
I technically don't have the exact same microphone as you, because I bought the one that was like 1 level up. By just like a tiny little margin 1 level up. But I only did that because it has an option to not have it cycle RGB colors all the time, because I would go nuts if I had to like look at that in my peripheral vision every time I did anything.
Welcome to the first of the minigames, by the way.
Here
we are fending off the bullies. Yeah, the worst version of it.
Here's your fucking root beer. Get the fuck out. Drink up.
This one is tough because lining the shots up is not necessarily intuitive. If it's only like 3 planes you had to worry about, then you just like snap to them like a root beer tapper, which I guess that's actually 4, but you get what I mean, right? Where you like immediately align yourselves, and it's just a matter of we are not replaying this. I'll show this animation, but I will tell you that unless we get a score of 40 or 50, I can't remember which, it's going to send us backwards, and we're going to have to replay the last walking stage.
Back in time.
So, like, yeah, we're just going to, like, show what happens. It would kick us back to here.
You gotta have that slide across the bar thing anytime you have a fight in a bar. You need that.
No, absolutely. It's a staple.
I remember watching. I'm pretty sure they did that in AEW when they did that first Stadium Stampede thing. Like there was a part where they were in a bar, and they did the slide across the whole thing. I was like, yeah, that's perfect. Remember when wrestling was fun
Wrestling was
to
never
watch.
fun.
It used to be fun to watch. It's had its ups and downs.
Yeah, you know what? There was a moment where it was fun. It was Pro Wrestling Network rings, or Pro Fighting Network rings in Japan, and also 90s WCW and early 2000 WCW.
Early AEW was pretty good. Now, am I saying that current AEW is bad? No, I'm saying I don't watch current AEW. But
All right, I think I got all I needed. I think 50 was the minimum. We'll find out in a second. We'll find out. Well done, Marty. Head for school. You can go up to 99.
Good job for that concussion, Marty. Now go to school. You do remember where that is, right?
That away. Oh, we have a skateboard and bowling ball. I completely forgot that I was fully kitted out, powered up. These bees, by the way, are really the hardest enemies to deal with. In fact, let's... See, they can sneak up from behind.
Is that supposed to be a bowling? I guess there's bowling pins there, so yeah, bowling ball.
Yes.
That seems just a little extreme, to be tossing bowling balls while riding a skateboard.
And to have so many of them on us is impressive. Where's he keeping them? That's the maximum bonus you can get, because we did it in the shortest amount of time. I think we're gonna break that high score by the end of this.
You know what I find annoying in games with high scores? It's when the default high score that it comes packaged with is really low. So if you just basically press start and don't lose on the first level, you will get the high score.
Yeah, it's very
I prefer something to
patronizing.
shoot for. Yeah, I want something to aim for, you know?
Either that or don't put any names on the score list by default and just make people fill it out by themselves.
Oh, no. I mean, I want there to be default scores on there because I want to measure up against what the game says. Here, this is our idea of what a top score is. See if you can beat that.
Otherwise, you just have to assume that all the developers were really bad at their own game when they sneak their names into the credits. I'm like, man, these guys can't beat their own game. They can't make it past level 1 with a score of 500. I would assume that they knew what they were doing when they made the game, but...
Heck, this high score from Mr. Cap is super low. Don't get me started on second place, Mr. Com.
I'll take that. I'll eat that bug. I'll eat that bee.
How much? Yes.
How
much would it cost? How much would you have to be offered to eat a bee? It doesn't have to be alive.
I've eaten bugs before. I don't know. I'd milk it for all it's worth. I would start high.
I don't think you can milk a bee, but that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
That's my new business plan. That's my new. The bees are endangered, so we got a new way.
So someone's like, Cass, do you mean start a honey farm? Because you don't do it like that.
It's the bees' milk. It's the bees' knees. The bees' udders. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say realistically, $20. But if I can milk it for a milli, yeah, absolutely. At least scorpions don't taste very good.
I've never had one of the. I always saw those in souvenir shops, the lollipops with the scorpions in them. Never had one.
Have I told this story on stream before?
I think whatever story you're about to tell, you've told me, but I don't know if you told it on stream.
Okay. I'm gonna say it, and then people can tell me if I'm repeating myself.
Oh, no, you go ahead. I'll tell you.
No, tell me whatever got said first, or whatever you wanted to say first, and then I will.
The one about, working with kids and, science stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you've told that on stream.
Have I told it on stream?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell it again. I don't give a shit.
Go ahead.
I mean, what else are we looking at here? So I worked at a kids museum for a while, and I was the one of the tour guides that would take kids, school trips would come to the museum, and I would introduce the exhibits to them, and I'd get them pumped up, I'd get them hyped up, Kids loved me. It was awesome. I loved that job. We had an animal section where we would take out animals for the kids to look at, to maybe like hold for a second or two. And so the spiel was that, you know, we were educational to a certain extent, to the extent that we had to like have these scripts memorized that had some amount of educational content, so that the schools could say, oh, it's an educational trip. So the animal section was themed around like the diets of animals, or at least that was the script when I was working there. And so what I would do is, as the kids would come in, they would take their seats around the room, and I would start on, you know, introducing what the exhibit was, what we were all about, hype them up for the animals, and I'd be like, all right, so I got a question for you kids. I got a question for everybody here. Who here likes hamburgers? Yeah! All the kids would go wild for it. I don't think I made the minimum score here. We'll find out in a second.
I was hoping that she would like grab you and like throw you across the table.
Sorry, Marty, you're too cute for your own good. Ugh. So I would be like, you know, who here likes hamburgers, who here likes cheeseburgers or whatever. Who here likes pizza? Yeah! Who here likes eating bugs? Ew! That's right. Our little friend, the crested gecko, loves eating bugs. He likes strawberries and other stuff too, but bugs are his staple food. And what? I will have you know, before you boo it, before you poo-poo it, that there are countries out there that do in fact eat bugs. It is actually very sustainable. They don't just pop bugs in their mouth, but they make a nice pate out of them, if you will.
What if it was like a Jamie Oliver situation where you were like, who likes eating bugs? And all the kids were like, yay!
Well, then I'd be like, well, in that case, we actually have a vending machine here that has those disgusting bug lollipops for all you sicko kids out there.
And then they just like swarm the machine and like tilt it over and break it. And just eat all the bugs and like just break all the candy apart and throw it aside. Just eat the bugs.
More, we need more. Got a bowling ball again. Ah, these bees! Not the bees. In the words of a famous film actor. NC. You see? Not to be confused with MJ.
Well, you don't have a mom anymore. Sorry. Is that your lives?
No, our lives are... There's a counter at the beginning of the stage that tells how many lives we have. Okay. Game's getting harder from this point, though. I don't know if you noticed that. It's getting a little tricky. That's what... The photo is like our health. If we fade out, then we're in trouble. Ugh.
I mean, canonically, though, you don't have a mom anymore, so I feel like that's an issue.
Well, we can get her back if we collect enough alarm clocks. Oh, God, their flight plans are so... Oh! That's what a death looks like. I think we took enough hits that it actually is just like, okay, you know, you're really fucking this up.
Hey, mom's back.
I don't know if that's my mom or if that's Doc Brown, in fairness. Wait, was the photo of... I think the photo was just Marty, his mom.
The parents, right?
Because that doesn't look like Marty's dad on the right at all. I mean, it doesn't look like Marty's mom on the left. It doesn't even look like Marty in the center. You know, so...
This is just the photo that came with his wallet.
What does Backlash Jack say in chat? I think they might actually have the...
Sister and brother.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Marty and his siblings, not parents. Okay, well that makes... Yo, you gonna lose a... God, wait, no, I can't say that. Not after what actually happened in my real life. I can't just say, oh, you're gonna lose a sister, who cares?
Ay.
Oh, just so I don't leave that hanging, my sister is fine.
Okay. Alright, so we got through that stage, where we're on our way to the dance, which I think is actually my favorite of the minigames in here. Considering the other two suck. You know, if we're being honest. Fuck
actually,
this.
if you'll excuse me briefly.
Yeah, go ahead.
At risk of not seeing the dance scene, I think I left the oven on.
Alright.
So I better go check on that.
That's the danger of stream snacks. At this point, I'm just gonna, for efficiency's sake, I think this is entirely doable, legitimately. I think, you know, with the amount of lives we have, we can probably legitimately clear this game without the use of rewinds from this point forward, but we have, like, 3 other games after this one to get to. And I want to give them at least some amount of time each. Johnny Baghead says, who did you say the developer was for this game? Beam Software, makers of Bad Street Brawler, and a bunch of actually, like, more significant, more historically significant PC games, microcomputer games. Particularly for the Speccy and C64. Oh, man. So there's the combination of the bee here, which is obviously, you know, one thing. But then these characters can occasionally toss stuff at you, those little blue things, which are damn near, like, impossible to parse. Or, not to parse, but, like, to... You will miss them 9 times out of 10, and they will sneak up on you. But, you know, as far as, like, this basic gameplay loop here, this is fine. Is it Back to the Future? Probably not. Would it have worked in, like, in a different game? Probably. Or would have been more readily accepted in another video game, I mean to say. If a game that had this sort of loop where you're constantly scrolling up. Like a shooter, a shmup without always having the ability to shoot. Mostly a dodge 'em up. Yeah, I think this would be fine in that thing. I think it's just the fact that it's a licensed tie-in that people found underwhelming. That they did not feel this was true to the plot, or what have you. What if I was just tossing the bowling balls constantly? What if I was just assuming that around every corner is a bee, or a buff guy, or a hula hooper who wants me dead? The problem is that if you hit clocks or skateboards, you make them disappear. Carmen's saying, now would Cass say it's fine without rewinds? That is the question. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was playing it mostly without rewinds, like barring a few things earlier. You get enough health, you get enough like knockdowns, you get enough skateboards and bowling balls like showing back up across the stage that it's fine.
Too much.
Video Game King redeemed. They stopped using rewind, so I guess that's it for rewind. Time for Johnny Be Good. Different musical notes tell you which elevation of the 3 you need to be at. Those are sharp notes, those are high, those are low notes. And then the generic note is center. We need to fill up that meter. Now, luckily, I'm better at this than I am at most actual rhythm games. Didn't say I was good, I just said I'm better at this than I am at most rhythm games. I wish there was a quick way to... Oh, God. I lost it. I lost everything. Oh, no! The problem with this is that you just can't move quick enough in a lot of cases. To get to, like, from high to low. And if you fuck up, like, even once, the penalty for missing a note is severe. We do have the time limit at the bottom, though, so you can see that we actually do have plenty of time to recover this, but obviously we're forfeiting the bonus. I just need to not let the game psych me out. Chat can make their own jokes about, like, do you know that new video game you're looking for or whatever? Well, listen to this, or construct your own joke here. I'm hardcore gaming right now. Fuck.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening.
The problem is that the thing that throws me off is that the notes you gotta go high for are faded. So my brain is like, oh, they're low. Oh, we are really fucking this up. God, what the fuck? I think Marty's about to disappear. Too bad, Marty. You've got no rhythm. Video Game King redeemed a no rewind. So guess what? Y'all get to watch this fucking stage again. That is the other aspect of the Be Kind, of the redeeming the Don't Rewind, by the way. I will name and shame whoever redeems it. like, let's be clear here. So we're playing legit. Fuck! Well, we've already lost our sister or mom or whoever was on the left. Give me a skateboard, a bowling ball, give me something. Ugh. It's fine, I'm just out of practice, you know? The game is fine. I stand by my opinion of this game. I'm just... It's show jitters. Just give me a skateboard, please. My skateboard will go on. A bowling ball. There it is. No!
There it goes.
Suck my dick. Ugh. Ah, come on. Now come on there. That's hardly fair. It's... We're...
Door of fate shall open.
Listen, I have stuff I need to do later tonight.
Okay, thank God. You know, as long as I have rewind.
Yeah.
Go, Marty, go. Start sharp. We're just traveling time. All we're doing is it's in spirit of the movie
it's
to
in the
go
spirit
back
of the
in
game.
time. Yeah. All right.
John, it's Marvin, your cousin, Marvin Cage. You know that new sound you're looking for? Well, listen to this, and then you just hang up the phone.
Oh fuck. Yeah. Okay. So it's straight up impossible to move quickly enough to both turn around and hit the note from high to low. You just have to sacrifice a couple ticks there. See? Maybe if I was rolling, like those Tetris players do, there'd be hope. They are getting a little faster, a little more frequent. We're so close. If this was the song that he played, this chiptune version of it. Romance is in the air. We did it.
Thank God my mom and dad are gonna fuck. All right, I'm out of here.
Good job, Marty. You're almost there. So close, but yet so far. And yet more of this. You know, which if you like it.
This is what you do.
I do. I need to be, like, in the right mindset, in the right grind set.
I mean, I have my own things. Like, I like Silver Surfer for the NES. I know there's some people who fucking hate that game.
Maybe one of these days we will make you play that on stream.
Yeah, sure. I would need practice first.
Start practicing. It's just start on it now. And I will come up with the excuse later. I'll come up with a contrivance.
No, it's not an LJN game, so. Although, man, playing that over per... Well, no, this should be fine. I was about to say playing it over parsec could be an issue, but I guess it depends on how we do that. We'll worry about that later.
I do wish the bowling balls were rapid fire. I mean, I could just use the turbo button, I guess, right? Ugh. also, you know, it's unrealistic to be rapid throwing bowling balls. It's unrealistic to be throwing bowling balls, period. I also don't remember if there was any moment in the movie where a bowling ball was used. I'm sure there was. And it was just, like, completely, like, offhand and innocuous, and then the developers were like, good enough. That's good enough. That's gonna be his attack. That's all we got. That's the closest thing we got. We can't have, like, a truck full of manure, like, you can summon on command to dump shit on people. But, you know, like, to give, like, my thoughts on this game as we near the end of it, and we are nearing the end of it, I think it's just, I know I alluded to it earlier, too, but I think this game would have done better without the license. I think it would have been more readily accepted. You know, fuck it, let's just dodge that, why don't we? I think people would have been more amenable to this style of game. I think you could do a game like this. A shmup without the shooting, or with a minimum on shooting, where you have to, like, unlock the ability to shoot, where it's mostly about avoidance. Some indie could probably do something with this concept.
Dot Eater mode in Ikaruga. Bad comparison.
I think there's like 3 stages left. Counting the last. I would also say this game could have definitely done with more variety in these stages. They could have changed the location somewhat. Different tile sets. But
you could have done, instead of just a street, you could have also done an alley, a highway, a boulevard.
Or, you know, some interiors maybe. And who cares, like, they're super, like, long interiors. This is the longest, airplane cabin in the world, or whatever. You can suspend your disbelief. It's a video game. Who gives a shit? We're tossing bowling balls at bees. I don't know why I accepted that I took damage at a certain point, and I now don't have my bowling ball or skateboard, but... Well, there we go. I feel replenished. And jump!
Tiger Chimera says the first 2 games on this list, being, you know, Friday the 13th and this, they're mechanically on par of games in this era. It's just expectations of the movie it's based off, if that makes you poke at its flaws more.
This is your one and only chance to get back to the future. This is the last stage. You can only move left and right. You have to not get struck by lightning. Oh, we have to hold up to accelerate too, by the way. Forgot about that.
You can only hold left and right, except for up. You can also hold that.
But you can't, like, move up the screen, I mean to say.
Yeah.
And if we crash into the debris or whatever's left behind, that slows us down. Pretty significantly at that, too.
Am I wrong? Wasn't the climax of the movie that he wanted to get the car struck by lightning?
Only at the right moment, though.
Well,
Tough
that was
luck,
the
Marty.
wrong speed.
Looks like you're stuck here. And... and that's where you would lose. They're not kidding about the one and only chance. That's Back to the Future. No, I'm gonna... Let's get the good ending, why don't we?
But I assume you just need to cross the finish line at 88 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, that's brutal. I could do that, though. I can... This should be enough. Oh, no! Just give it to me. Come on, game. Just give it to me. Just say, like, close enough, Marty.
Rounding up.
I guess I gotta... Yeah, I just gotta not get hit from here. Which is easier said than done, of course, but... Because there's also, like, a degree of randomization.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, you just went all the way up to 88.
Congratulations, Marty. You've made it back. All your time travel is behind you now. Maybe. And... That's it!
Shocking twist. It turns out when Marty gets back to the present time, he will continue time traveling linearly into the future rate of 1 second per second.
What a hell on earth for him. Anyway, I guess I get a victory for that, even though it doesn't feel like I really earned it that time around, but... When do I ever actually earn it on this stream? I guess is the question.
Well, you've earned a drink up.
I drank up while I was doing that, too. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone on that one. Alright, so that was Back to the Future, more or less. Which brings us to our next video game of the night. NFL! Lead your team all the way to the Super Bowl. NFL video game. The earliest one, I think.
Is this one of those games that had the license to the NFL but not to the Players League?
I guess we'll see, won't we? This is another Atlas-developed game, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Ask me about football players active in 1989.
All right. Who was active?
Yeah. No fucking clue.
Very good. Yeah, so here's another sports video game, and I'm going to enlist your help in this. I'm going to have you be my player 2 for this one. Watch out for that NFL logo! Alright, let's make sure you actually have a controller bound, too, while we're at it. Yes. Yes.
You want to make sure that port 1 is actually yours? Okay,
we're good. This is an officially licensed product, except no substitutes. 2 players with handicap, or just 2 players?
Just a 2-player game.
We want the American National...
We should just go straight to the Super Bowl, I think.
I think so.
Okay, get 1 second. I gotta figure something out.
Well, I'm gonna select for now, and you can figure out. This is a nice, clearly laid out list.
Okay, I know what I want.
I know what I want.
What did you choose?
The Cleveland Browns. Alright, different team packages. Yeah, I don't think they're naming any players. I think we just pick a different composition, and there's some different ratings here. I will go with just 1. Oh wait, we can upgrade. We can take some of these. Oh, that was it. That's all I got.
Oh, I'm not gonna press any buttons on this screen when I get there. It's just gonna be...
Wait, no, hold on. Very good. Now I need to move up to done.
Okay, player 2. Alright, good. I get to be the Saints.
In case anyone's wondering why I picked the Cleveland Browns, there's a bit of Ohio in me.
Cleveland rocks.
Ohio, Ohio, Ohio.
Yeah, I'll go with this one.
Now you have to upgrade. You get 2 upgrades.
Okay.
Hand speed moves. And that's it. Now you gotta go back up to done. To be done.
Okay. Player 1, push button. Okay. Player 2, kickoff. Alright. Sure.
I'm noticing a lot of, like, odd frames in this game. It's probably because they're rendering a lot of sprites on screen at the same time. Okay. You should probably press a button. Okay.
That's some good distance considering I just ran up to the ball and just stopped for a good, 7 seconds.
Oh my god, who am I controlling? I guess I'm controlling this guy now.
Yeah, I see who you're controlling. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, that figures. Oh, we can call timeouts if we so chose to, but,
Right?
I pressed select.
Timeout.
Oh.
Timeout.
Yeah, yeah, so select is a timeout. I did not want a timeout, so I guess I pressed A and B in that. Oh! Ugh. Yeah,
Okay.
it looks good to me. Whatever play this
Here-
is.
So here's my hunch: is that in the manual it tells you what buttons will
You
do
need to
what
press.
play.
Yep.
So we're just doing this 100% blind. I don't even know where I am. Do I have a player active on the field right now? Oh, there. Oh, I was way the fuck off. Okay.
Alright. Alright, I'm pressing A and B as well, just to be... Okay.
Am I supposed to be using like my VMU to see what plays I'm doing? Okay, where the fuck am I? I'm right there.
Oh
Okay,
my
well,
god. Unnecessary. Okay.
Unnecessary. Right.
Penalty reject, press A button? Wait, no, I don't want to reject that. Yeah, you take that penalty.
I think if you want to reject it, you press the A button. No, wait. Was the unnecessary reference on you?
I guess
Were you
so.
unnecessarily rough? How? What did you do? What?
I was just trying to survive in this crazy game.
I really don't know how to switch my people.
Quarterback sack.
Too bad your ass got sad.
All right, I'm pressing every button. I want to make this happen.
Hike.
Do we have to wait for the timer to, like, do we straight up have to just wait for that? Delay of
game.
I was pressing
you had
every
to hide.
button.
I'm not rejecting that penalty.
I pressed A to try and reject it.
Yeah, the penalty's on you.
Well, I reject it anyway. On the grounds I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here.
I just choose like, no,
Okay,
I don't, you know what? I don't want to take that penalty. All right.
safety.
Safety. Press A to reject.
All right,
Kick
balls
that
in your
egg.
court. Oh, I know that's not good.
I'll go with that play. Is this a
B
passing
down,
play?
B
Is
up,
this a
B
running
up,
play?
right down, left, right, left.
Up, down, left, right, B, A, start.
All right, so now I am working to intercept you in your forward momentum.
Right.
Oh,
Here we go. Here
oh,
we go. Okay, I understand how this works now. Kind of.
does that mean I get the ball now?
No.
No.
That was just an incomplete pass.
Oh, there's the ball.
Yep. Give me.
Illegal chuck.
Illegal.
How dare you? I mean,
No,
that's
I'm not.
blatantly illegal.
That was a forward pass from behind. That was. Is it trying to say that I threw the ball without someone in mind? Because I definitely had someone in mind. It was just a shitty pass.
Wait, how do you... Oh, the safety. That's right. You're up by 2 points.
Yes.
God, I always, like, I'm pressing buttons to try and just get something to happen nice and early. In the process, I always just send my first guy, like, tackling into nothing at the very start of the play.
What?
Now, that
Why
was
are
a
your
pass
throws
to
so
no one.
bad?
How much
you
more
call
of this
it
do you think we
inaudible?
play?
I don't know. 30 seconds? Uh-oh.
I want to sack your ass. Come on.
Please throw the ball. Okay, now get in range. Get in range. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there.
Well,
I really do not know how to set up for a punt, so this is just... I might have just set up for a punt anyway. No, I think I... Okay, whatever. Turn over. No, I didn't want to call a timeout. You know what? Doesn't matter. We're not playing a full game.
All right. How do you untime out?
Press the button again. I'm thinking about the ranking at the end of the night, and
Abstain.
hey, shouldn't... I'm thinking that it's not fair for me to rank this, given that we're missing crucial pieces of the puzzle.
You need to press a button or do something, because
It's your ball.
I was pressing every single button on the controller. I was pressing every combination of A, B, start, select, arrows, direction pad, and there's nothing fucking happening. This is my ball too, apparently.
It's still your ball.
Okay, I'm pressing every single button. Literally. Okay, there we go. I feel like this shit should be more intuitive. I get that we're not reading the manual, we're not doing a service to this game per se, but I still think there should be like a minimum degree of just like, yeah, you know, press a button to start the play instead of having to like work out like this complex choreography and like have to like press like a combination at this point.
Maybe they were going for like a simulation kind of thing. You know, who knows?
And also, I do not know how to get any sort of any play past you at this screen. It just seems like 99% of shit is going to end with just like quarterback sack.
That is why I picked the loadout that had like the A rank defensive line by default.
Yay.
Is that a turnover?
Just don't ask me.
I believe that was a turnover. Okay. Nope.
I thought I was playing the guy with the ball. I thought they tossed the ball backwards to my guy. I thought that was the play I went for. Oh, wait, you had the ball?
You did good. Yeah. Like I said, there was a turnover.
I can't even tell when we're switching. I can't tell when we're switching who has the ball, which is a big problem for me as a dummy, as someone who's not reading the UI at all.
I don't know how you're doing audibles.
I'm pressing A and B in different directions on the D-pad.
What? Didn't get that off in time? Alright, this is my last shot at not having a turnover here. Throw it.
Ugh.
Oh, can't throw it now. Come on. Alright, it's your ball.
I call
timeout.
I'm calling it on NFL. I've seen as much as I need to see of that, I think. Ay. Like, I know it's like the joke about, like, nerds and sports and whatnot, but, you know, I ain't a nerd. Never been a nerd, never claimed to be a nerd, and I still don't get that. It's not in the sport.
This is... again, we're missing the manual. Clearly, there's, like, a lot of information that we don't have available to us right now.
I think even with that in mind, I think just the fact that the players are so close to each other and move so sluggishly on that, like,
it wouldn't be that much better with that information, but we could potentially play the game with that information.
Also, I mean, I can play a Tecmo Bowl.
And there were football games at the time that were clearly doing it.
That ate this game's lunch, according to like most folk. I think there was even like conversation in the chat about like, you know, like the Tecmo Bowl is still like a gold standard for a lot of people. Now, what is no one's gold standard is Who Framed Roger Rabbit on the NES, developed by Rare. Yes, that Rare, the one who's still around today. This is the first Rare game developed on behalf of LJN, the first of a few
Now, this movie I've seen.
I figured as much. This is a long game. We are not going to finish this. In fact, we're probably going to make barely any progress in this, because this is like a more elaborate adventure style of game with detective work you gotta do and navigating in overworlds. And there's like progression and like obstacles you need to destroy by collecting like items that are scattered across the world. We'll do our best to give like at least... I know how it's meant to be played. I do not know the sequence of events you need to do. I do not know like the through route through the game. So we can only get so far in this. But hopefully far enough to come to some sort of verdict on it. Now we could enter codes and just skip to the last level if we wanted to. We're just gonna do start new game.
Two-frame game. Roger Rabbit selection.
Don't open. Game inside. Alright. So obviously we play as Eddie Valiant here.
This is some good NES music.
I can charge a punch by rapidly mashing the B button. Bye-bye, Roger. And now the big mechanic to this game, or the thing that you spend most of your time doing, is walking up to different objects in these scenes and figure out which ones you can investigate, which ones you can search. Like here. It's empty. And most of the results on most of your searches are going to be just, it's empty. There's this trash bin. It's empty.
Well, at least someone's cleaning this office then.
These should probably be instantaneous. If like you're coming up with like an immediate note, like they should not have made you wait in real time as you rifle through shit. Alright, picked up a wallet, which I think is important. I just needed a breather so I can walk back out.
Oh, well, rip.
He's a cartoon, he'll be fine. So we have a city of sorts here. It's fairly limited in its scope, which is probably for the best. Actually, you know what? I want to quickly go outside here, because I think you... Okay, that's a one-hit kill.
You can get hit.
Yeah. I don't want to get hit. I actually want to... I should just rewind so I can talk to one of the NPCs here. I'm going to bait the flower pot. Say something,
says, imagine if Roger never came back after you punched him.
Can you help me? Yes, try searching this building. So that will let you know that you should, in fact, check the building you're in front of. That you may, in fact, find items there. I found a password, which is possibly handy. Can you help me? Sorry, I cannot help you.
Does that mean there's nothing to find?
No, we want to go into each of these individual rooms and... Yes, this building is empty. Okay, so the only thing that was
there's nothing to find.
So that means there is now nothing to find, which means that the only item to find was that item that we picked up, the password that we found as soon as we walked into the building. Alright, I don't want to get hit with a flower pot, but I need to talk to this lady. Can you help me?
Can flower pot you help me?
Oh, these damn cats. I'm getting a sign there's probably not much here, unless this guy has something to say to me. Yes, this building is empty. Okay, there we go. Backlash Jack saying, this is just like the movie!
It feels like everyone in this game is smoking. Because anytime you talk to someone, like a big ploof of smoke pops up. So we're I get what it is. I get what it is, but...
We're getting chased by these guys, which is bad news. Oh. What do ghosts ride on at the fairground? I think there's a combination of buttons I need to press to... Oh, there it is. It's select, and then left and right. You have to search for the punchline, the correct punchline response to the comment they are making. Look at that rat! Look at that rat there!
Yes, his building is empty.
It is his building, too. God.
Rat kicked your ass.
One-hit kill? The rats are a one-hit kill? I mean, fair to him, I guess.
Don't fuck with him.
How am I
God,
supposed
they're
to even like,
vicious
get
in this
past
town.
this?
Just go in straight into the building.
Why I oughta... Get over here, get over here! I hate to do this
gonna
to
even
him.
work logistically?
Oh no. Well, I feel bad about that. I wasn't
I don't
tapping
think
quick
he's gonna
enough.
come after you anymore.
Yeah, what I need to do is get a running punch. You need to start moving and then start tapping. Also, it's just not going to work. You're correct.
Yes.
Fuck's sake!
Don't go that way.
No, let's just go inside. It's got to be safer in here than it is out there. Also, the cat should be really taking care of those rats for me. Try searching this building.
There you go. There you go.
Finally, a lead. Flashlight.
All right, excuse me, lady. I'll be taking this.
And now this building is empty. Whatever, at this point. Oh my... fucking pardon? Ugh.
You want to rewind so you're not at one life?
That's fucking brutal, though, right? Like, the second you
Yes.
step out, if you're not, like, down and to the left immediately... Something tells me we're not going to get past this guy right now.
I couldn't tell if that was a guy or just like a poster on the wall.
Well, he's not moving. He ain't budging. I think we'll have to come back to here. Wait, I have a password. Is being pointed out to me in the chat. That is correct. I did pick up an item. I need to remember how to select the item. There it is.
Uh-huh. Yep. And there you go.
I just had to, like, get the right
So that's-
angle there, I guess.
Is that supposed to be Daffy Duck?
Or some just generic thing that is, it's too far in the distance to be made out. I should have said, if I was funny, I would have said, no, that's Jessica Rabbit, Sharky, but... Can you help me? Find my phone number and give me a call. Can you help me? Find my phone number and give me a call.
But you're right here.
I think I do need to search each of these tables, and one of them will have the phone number on it. Which, of course, you were meant to actually call. It's a real-life phone number you were meant to call, and there would have been a hint
Fully
line
aware
of
of what I'm
sorts
doing.
that told you how to progress
How
in the
much-
game.
How much would it cost you to call that hint line?
1-800-232-3324.
3324. Okay.
Give it to me one more time. Actually, give me 2 seconds. All right, read it back
Were
to me.
you also pulling up your phone?
Yes, 1-800.
Okay. 1-800-232-3324.
2324.
3324.
Oh, 3324.
Yes.
Fuck, I fucked it up. Give it to me one more time. 1-800
232 3324.
All right, thank you.
This call may be recorded for quality assurance. We have a special promotion today for select callers. If you
Ooh.
are over 50, please press 1 now. If not, press 2.
I guess I'll press 1.
Hello and congratulations. Just for calling today, we're offering you a free medical alert device.
Oh, a free medical alert
it's a little
device.
life-saving button you can wear around your neck in case of an emergency. These devices are often very expensive, so press 1 now to take advantage of this special offer and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with 24/7.
1.
Congratulations. You're now one step closer to getting the peace of mind that comes with a free medical alert device. Nearly 1 in 4 Americans experience a fall.
I want to get on the phone with someone. I'm wondering how many steps it's going to take to get on the phone with someone.
Our medical alert device keeps you protected with this simple.
Johnny Bag is saying put Jessica on the line.
Press 1 now to speak with the next available specialist.
Oh, there we go.
Remain on the line. Please hold for the next available representative.
Okay, so this is more interesting than anything we could do on the stream right now, than anything we can do in this game. I'll leave that while we...
They put you on hold?
They sure did.
So what was the next step? Assuming that the line actually worked, right? And you were getting a hint line.
I don't.
I think
care
they
if
would just tell
people
you
try
what to
get
do
in
in
my
the
way
game.
or
I think
not.
they would be like, all right,
In
this
time,
point,
you'll find out who's right.
investigate this building, or...
And do you know what that building is that happens
No.
next? Okay. Tiger Chimera says, or redeemed to say something nice.
My name is Donovan. I'm with Life Protect 24/7. Hey, first, I would just like to say congratulations. You were selected today for a free...
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. I'm proud to have it. Do you have any hints for Roger Rabbit on the NES?
So sometimes phone numbers change or the wrong button gets pressed, but fortunately, so you have reached me here at Life Protect 24/7. I can help you find a number that can better assist you, but in the meantime, sir, you do have the opportunity to receive a free medical alert system, which has saved thousands of lives.
No, that's all right. I was just looking for how to advance in Who Framed Roger Rabbit for the NES. Thank you, though. Please take me off your list.
I have reached out. Sir, you called in. It's not a list. You called to us.
Oh, no, the video game said the number, though. It's so I just figured that it's probably some sort of phishing scheme.
Not a list. No, it's not a list if you called into us.
Okay, very good then. Thank you. Hope to never speak to you again. All right, there we go. So we sorted that one out.
I had to take my headphone off for that one. I was I was feeling some sort of vicarious embarrassment. I don't know for whom in this situation I was embarrassed for, but I was embarrassed.
Hey, this building's empty, just so you know. So we don't got to be here, which is good. That's one building we can cross off the list.
How did the call go?
Oh, they didn't have any hints for
that's
for Roger Rabbit on the NES, unfortunately.
I can't watch any of those like videos online that's like, you know, we turned the tables on the scammers and all that kind of stuff. Like,
No, I love those. I live for those.
Like,
Sorry.
I know. I just get too embarrassed like to watch those, like vicariously embarrassed. And like the moment like an actual human picked up this call, I was like, oh no, I'm out. Like, I'm glad you did. That was good. I was not party to this. Let it be shown.
I needed something to happen on the stream. I needed something to happen during the Roger Rabbit segment. I needed like, all right. So here's I can buy a cigar. Oh, Johnny Baghead in the chat actually has the audio is currently lost media, but reportedly the message you got from the number was this. It is shocking the way some neighborhoods are getting. You practically can't walk anywhere without running into stray cats, dogs, and other animals. It makes you wish you carried a piece of meat, a fish bone, or a piece of cheese around with you. The weasel that is guarding Judge Doom's warehouse is the one called Stupid. I've heard that the only thing that'll get him to leave is a quick game of softball. Know any place where you can get a baseball in a hurry? So there you go. And I need to figure out...
Did you at least get your medical alert thing from that call? Or did you pass up on the opportunity?
Yeah, I missed out. Let's play Ring Around the Rosie here. Oh, they got hit by a car. That's unfortunate for him. Fortunate for me. Oh, someone did redeem us say something nice. Whoops.
Right. Yeah, I told you that, but then the call happened, so...
What's nice is that it encourages socialization. It encourages you to reach out with your phone and call someone and speak to someone.
Mm-hmm. It's a strand type game.
This building's empty. Okay, so what I think I need to do, if memory serves, is that if I go south, or maybe it's north, if I keep going, there's gonna be like rocks in the road. So like part of the world is blocked off. Yeah, here. So I need to get dynamite for that, or some other explosive that would help me to destroy that wall.
If I remember correctly, when the AVGN episode for this game came out, he called the number and it was a sex line back then.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Or like something he would have faked for the sake of the bit.
I wouldn't have been surprised if it was a sex line, especially... given the time. I feel like there's a lot of sex lines back then. Like, the grift now is, like, you know, targeting old people, right? With medical stuff.
Yeah. Alright, so it's not that room. Fuck off! These dogs. This game probably should not have had one-hit kills in it. Would be my... Alright, so all we came here for was the whistle. Blow my whistle, baby. Now we can go. People are saying that the number was disconnected within a year of the game coming out. What animal can you ever trust? A watchdog? Wrong punchline.
No, why would you Okay, you gotta rewind, because I want to see what the real answer is.
They only give you so much time. I just picked the first animal I could find. A cheetah.
A cheetah. Yeah.
Oh. Duh. Okay. This is maroon cartoons. Oh, I'm holding on to the wrong item right now. No wonder I can't. Ugh. Okay. Let's try it, like, get the punch up as quick as possible on the screen. Then get tripped up by a cat. Oh my god, that cat is not wanting me to get that whistle. Can I whistle to get them to go off the whistle? Nope, nope, it's just a bad idea because now I'm just gonna get my ass beat. Maybe. Probably. Alright. Alright, that's one punch, that's one socket to him. How many more? There we go. That takes care of that. Cannot actually go in here. That was completely pointless. That was just a entirely pointless diversion. Maybe the hearts? Come on, kitty, you want a heart? No? Fuck's sake. I don't know if I can actually use the whistle. In fact, I'm gonna say I probably can't. At least not in this context. Let's check the hotel. Unless there's a fucking stick of dynamite in this hotel, I don't think we're making it much further in this game. They did give me the Iggy. They said this search this building, which I'm gonna take as implicit permission to check, to rifle through their personal belongings. And if anyone asks me, like, you know, aren't you breaking and entering, or is this not, like, cool to do? I'll just be like, well, they told me to search the building. A rattle. 3 rattles, as a matter of fact. I probably could have asked someone if there was a second, oh, wait. Check it out.
Call that guy back up again.
I actually can't exit the screen until I deal with this guy again. That's gonna do it for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I don't think we're making it too far in this one. Too much further. The one-hit kills are especially brutal. I know there's like 3 or 4 main stages. I think there's actually like a driving section at a certain point in this game. You do things in this game. But getting to them is a whole other matter entirely. And I do not have the patience or the wherewithal or the knowledge to make that happen right now. Which brings us to our last game for tonight. And this is one we've played before on stream, Charky.
Yeah.
And by
we being the operative word.
Yeah. It's the Uncanny X-Men. It'll take all of our mutant powers to defeat Magneto. This was developed by either Both Tech or Pixel. 2 studios. It's unknown. As I mentioned earlier, it's never... There are a few of these games where it's not known who exactly developed it. Most of it is guesswork, you know, or like stuff that they left behind in the code to point to, like little breadcrumbs of who developed it. This one, inconclusive.
Natsume says, to be fair, this game is piss easy in co-op. Hey, You want to join the stream? You want to be the one to play instead of me?
Now, I did read up on what exactly we need to do in this game. And I think if we have maps up, and if we egregiously cheat, I think we can get through, like, a stage or two. And I can at least, like, get to, like, the interesting thing about this game, or the novel idea that it had. The one novel idea it had.
Okay.
You're extra dreading this one, I think.
Yeah, what's the meta in this game again? Do you want to be a ranged guy?
You want to be a ranged guy. Alright, we can do the stages in any order we like. It's freedom. Video King saying, anyone want to hit the no rewinds button? I will kill you. I will.
I will log on to the admin account with infinite points and continuously undo it. You can just waste all your points.
I will be Cyclops.
Okay.
Press select to scroll through the characters. Iceman, Storm. I think Nightcrawler is also ranged, or no, maybe not.
I think Nightcrawler is not ranged. So, I'll be Iceman.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he stands out more.
Okay. So here's how this game is played. We have our range attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pick up magnets. Magnets will freeze us in place. Pick up anything else they drop, because they are all very handy. They will recover any damage we take, a lot of them. They will give us speed-ups in that case. And some of them will give us temporary invincibility, which we desperately need to get through doors. Like this.
Okay, go for it. Stop. Okay, through.
Now, we are working towards an exit here. We can linger on the screen forever, and they will infinitely respawn enemies.
So what do we do?
So we need to get to this manhole down here.
Okay.
Then we need to get through that force field, which is going to require us to be invincible.
You hit the magnet.
Yeah. So pick up that power-up and get on the other side of that.
Okay. What do they call these things? The,
I don't
you
care
know,
if
it's
you
like
people try to
a
get in my way or
hot
not.
dog wrapped in dough.
time
It's
you'll
not a
find
pig in a
out
blanket.
who's
It's like a
right.
proper hot dog.
I always call that pig in a blanket when it's wrapped fully.
Ah, fuck.
You are dead, because you got
Yeah.
pushed into the door.
Yeah.
Doors are the most dangerous enemy of the X-Men.
Oh, invincible.
Alright. Now, if we wanted to, we could theoretically farm on the screen to, like, replenish any lost health. You can see our health here.
Not a corn dog, not a chili dog. How do I even exist to say something nice? You need to rewind.
Yeah, I need to rewind, because I died there, because I accidentally picked up a magnet or got stuck on something.
Not a croissant dog. Say something nice?
It's burying the lead. I know my nice thing I want to say about it,
Okay.
but I can't say it yet, because it gives away.
Right. I owe you on that one, then.
Don't walk through. Don't walk through.
I'm not...
No, I think we need to do it on this side. I think we need the enemies to come over here.
So I will say, if we're trying to... It's not pig in a blanket.
Wait,
Not
hold on.
pancake and sausage. I will
Okay, here we
say...
go. You get that one?
Okay. I believe it's a Polish thing. I believe the name is Polish. Like, it starts with a K, I think.
So I gotta say that this is not the best of the LJN games. That if you were judging your impression of LJN as a publisher based on them allowing this to go out into the world, yeah, I could see how their reputation in your mind would be forever sullied. Okay, there's a thing there. I'm looking at the map. We are on screen A1, A2, F2, B1, B2, B2 to C1, C1 to C2 to D1. I know I'm just sounding like I'm spouting nonsense here, but I'm trying to figure out what the correct path is. D2, that is G1. Where does G1 take us? G1 takes us to where we need to be. Okay, yeah, so we're just gonna go... Wait, no, we need the keys first. Fuck. Okay, so keep going up. And try not to get stuck in any corners.
I got stuck on a magnet.
That's fine.
Okay.
If one of us makes it to the screen transition, it takes the other one there, so...
The magnet thing did carry over to this screen, though.
Yeah.
Are we doing anything on this screen other than just building up life?
Oh, I need to recover some, but no, we should get the fuck out of here. This screen... Key.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh. It's so easy to get trapped in corners in this game.
Yeah.
Alright, we're fleeing now. Though I probably should recover a little bit of health. You need to recover a little bit of health.
Did that recover my health?
No, but those E's will.
E. Fuck, I missed the thing.
Grab those.
Oh, those are E's. Okay, now I see.
Alright, so we have the key. Which I think means we want to go... I think there's a second key we need to collect if we go up here.
You know what? I could find the exact name of the thing I wanted if I didn't have to play this video game.
Funny how that works. Is it J? We need to find root J, wherever that may be. J1, J2, is that I? Keep me alive while I look at this map.
I mean, there's another option.
There is that, but then there's just dead air. Then there's just nothing happening on the screen. Magic Mouse says, Charkie was singing Colache.
Thank you, that's the thing.
How the fuck do we get to I? How the fuck do we get to I or J or anything from here? There's K. We came from H, which means G is down here. Let's go down.
I mean, part of the reason I paused was also just give me an excuse to go to the website of the cafe I go to that sells it.
Oh, yes.
And just say, like, hey, what the fuck is this thing called?
Is the screen we came from?
We were definitely here.
Fuck. How do we get to F? I'm looking at a map and I still can't figure this out because it's a badly designed map, if we're being honest here. No shade to the hero who made the attempt to. Ugh.
One moment.
There's not even other routes we could have gone.
I just wanted to check our life.
There weren't even other routes we could have gone at this point, right? It was just basically like a straight path, and then we like...
I don't know what a route is in this game. Everything looks the same.
Alright. Let's try...
Honestly, this...
This is like pixel bar for the video game. That's a big part of the problem, is that you can't identify screens when everything just looks like corrupted graphics at all times.
It's also extremely hard to tell what is like a thing you can walk on and what is not a thing you can walk on.
This is where we grabbed the key the first time.
Right.
We're not gonna get another key here. I think we need to backtrack. Unless the way forward is... Maybe I'm thinking too much. Maybe I'm like, I'm like Luke Skywalker and I need to turn off my targeting computer and just use the Force and figure out like where I'm going and what I'm doing here. Do some natural exploring here. Yeah, I think this is it. I think this is the ticket. Razor Vermilion saying this is Marvel Alliance before Marvel Alliance. I think Marvel Alliance would feel offended by that comparison. There it is. We got the key.
Hey. Now what?
Now we need to get out of this fucking godforsaken room. And out of this one too while we're at it.
I'm stuck.
Oh, you're magnetized?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to get back to the red room. All these doors are fakes, or don't go anywhere, or just like, dead ends, basically. If we kept going north, we'd like see these things, they would just take us to nowhere. Where we actually need to go is south.
Okay, so I can walk over these dark tiles, right? These are not this one.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
a wall.
obviously, you fool. Oh, it's cool. All the invincibilities are on the other side. We need them, though, because there's a boss coming up. Believe it or not. Oh my god. You need to back off because you got me stuck and I couldn't get away from the turrets. Not that it's your fault. It's the game's fault.
Yeah.
But...
Society's fault. Well, one of us is going to have to take one for the team.
Fuck! Another person redeemed to say something nice, by the way, and I'm still holding my peace on this. Fuck! Okay, we need to go up. We need to get more enemies to spawn up here. We need to hit invincibilities. I will say that it's nice to have a co-op game on the Nintendo Entertainment System. You know? There weren't all as many of them as you might think. Simultaneous multiplayer, simultaneous co-op. Most games would just like alternate. So it is good to have one that is... How did I die? I was invincible. Fucking game.
Must have just run out or something. Or not. I'm wondering if it's possible to like just overload the number of sprites on the screen and turn off the laser grid that way.
Just give us the invincibility. You know that you designed these doors to need invincibility. Just have someone drop the invincibility. Don't have all the enemies on the other side of the screen. Put them here instead.
Oh, here comes... Well...
Fuck! It hit me and it dragged me forward. Look at that. That guy's projectile has like a gravitational pull to it. I wonder if there's any sort of timing you can use for this. No. It's literally designed so that the only thing you can do is get invincibility and then walk through it. Go, 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 just go. I'll figure something out.
Yeah. Okay.
This is so unfair. This is so mean. Okay, no, this works, this works. You keep killing enemies down there, and you keep getting invincibilities, or just get crushed to death.
Yeah.
Alright. Try re-rolling those numbers. Or you know what? What if I just made... Oh, no, there it is, there it is! I was about to make myself invincible. I was about to, like, figure out, like, what the cheats are for this game, but...
Okay.
Alright, the keys allow us to open that door. These are slow tiles, by the way. You can tell because every tile in this game is so distinct. Visually
I can tell because I was
speaking.
going slow. Alright, try to go around this way.
This is the other key door. And there's our boss. See that number at the top of the screen? That's our timer. That's how long we have to escape from this stage. Defeat this enemy and escape from the stage. And yes, this is the strategy, is just whatever works. Alright, we grab the floppy disk. Alright, get us the fuck out of here. Now we just need to go south. Alright, those doors are at least passable, even without invincibility. The electrical gates, though. Johnny Baghead saying, when people say some big name game from the 2010s onwards is garbage, terrible, worst game ever, games like X-Men here is what comes to mind, because no, really, this stuff is bad.
There you go.
Stuff this bad is rare now. Another success. Remember, you should always seek the advice of the L, eater of the X-Men, Professor X, if you are not able to make it to the final mission. So, you may notice some letters are colored red, some are colored white.
And one is misspelled.
I think the misspelling is unintentional.
No, I think it's intentional.
You might be right. Okay. So, after completing every stage, you get another one of these random platitudes. When you combine the red text in all of them, I want to pull up The message that is written into the manual. Or not into the manual, written into the game. What is Uncanny X-Men? Okay, no. Video Game King, actually. Got it in one. Seek the advice of the label to make it to the final mission. Is what it says here of you. So that misspelling actually is intentional.
Right, that's what I was saying. That's why it's misspelled.
Okay, yes. So what are the other messages then? Let me... Because we're not going to go through every level of this game. I'm going to spare you that. I think you would quit the show if I made you go through every single... Yeah. Okay. So, Subterranean Confrontation Blues. The message is, be prepared for your next challenge. You have reached a new level of power from which you must draw the needed skills to conquer the next mission. It isn't this game FAQs guide does not tell me which letters are red and which ones are white. Then there's search and destroy the Robo Factory. You managed to break through THRU, spelled there, Juggernaut's screen of defenders. By pushing constantly towards your objective, you've beaten the enemy once again. Time to select a new challenge and test your fighting ability. And finally, battle through a living starship. We'll tell you.
It's on the cutting room floor.
Is it? Okay.
If you specifically want the pictures.
Yes, I do. Can you please just link me directly?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. Can I actually bring this up in browser? We'll read this together as an audience and streamer. That is the wrong window. No, I want the... There it is. Okay. Hidden messages. Battle through living starship. The last mission can... Or the last of the White as the last of the White Queen's forces have been beaten. Congratulations on a successful mission. You can start a new challenge now. Alright. The last mission can be reached from the mission screen by pressing select and seek the advice of the label to make it to the final mission. Is the full message there. Which would then bring you to the label, meaning the actual honest-to-God cartridge itself. So you'd have to power the game off at this point, which would reset your progress, mind you. And can I zoom in on this? I think I can. Whoa. Get in even a little closer than that. Be up together with start is written there. Right there in center screen. Of course, you would need to still beat every stage in the game. And if you're reading the cartridge to see this, if you're reading the cartridge, it means you have to not only, like, you know, understand what the message is here to decode that, but to also, like, replay all the stages that you beat to get those clues, to put that essential mystery together. And then there's one problem. The code is wrong on the cartridge, on the label there. That is the wrong code. You actually need to press select B and up, and then press start.
Well, here's the thing. The game did tell you that.
Yes.
From the mission screen, by pushing select and then on the label it says plus B plus up together with start. So it does tell you all the things, but it's split between in the game and on the label. So if you just noticed on the label and try that, it wouldn't work. Granted, you'd have to beat the game anyway, but you need all parts of it.
Okay, that's fair.
So it does tell you the full code, but it's split between the two things.
All right. So that was my nice thing, by the way, from earlier. I at least think that's a novel idea. Of course, this would be done better in the X-Men Genesis game, the first one on Genesis. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, where it says you need to reset the computer.
Yes, which
and
literally
that means reset the console.
Hitting the reset button on your Sega Genesis console, like at a particular screen. I have weirdly fond memories of that game. I just thought the aesthetic of it, I just thought the sound and the look of it was like grungy and cool in a way I appreciated. Let's play one more level of this, just to say we did.
Okay.
let's play it legit, no rewinds, and see how far we can make it. I'm gonna pick a melee character, just for a change of pace.
I'll pick Storm, as we didn't pick Storm last time.
Oh, puke green.
Well,
All right, bye.
I tried.
What? How did you even... Is she just like a glass cannon, or...?
I got caught by an enemy, it pushed me against the wall, and just did constant damage.
Let's see how far I can make it with a lot of health, but not a lot of range. This is all I got. Oh. How much damage does that do? Colossus has a lot of health.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a positive.
Nope, dead.
Also, you don't get to spawn in until I also die or the stage is over. Alright, I'll be Wolverine.
Right. Let's just get the melee assholes out of the way. We Nightcrawler.
Beginning of the stage, not even like a checkpoint. Oh my...
Is this my attack? Well, I'm dead.
I am legitimately trying to just like advance the screen right now. How much health do I have? More than I thought. Grab that invincibility. Yeah, so melee character's just useless. Oh, Natsume says you can apparently resurrect dead characters by going to practice mode and hitting a command. That's something. That's pretty novel.
This is a present from me to you.
Jordan Games cheering and saying 100 bits. Thank you for the 100 bits. Made in time for the only LJN game I've ever owned. Wow, that's a hell of a one. But I mean, I guess, you know, it was probably like the most like appealing franchise to kids of the games we've played so far. Anyway, can you think of one that more kids may have potentially had?
In terms of the ones that we've played,
Yeah.
maybe
one of the sports
NFL.
games. Yeah, maybe NFL or MLB. NFL or MLB. God, are any of these people going to drop thank you? There we go. Yeah, playing as a melee character is miserable. The fact that you have like a grand total of like 4 pixels of range. Wolverine should have claws sticking out of him, you know? Wolverine should have like...
Wolverine should have claws sticking out of them that hurt him when they're out.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Also, you know, the stage, blatantly just a fucking maze. But you know how I feel about mazes in video games. Oh, cool. I went in and then immediately got... Oh. This is really... I know I said that one of my positives was the fact that this was a co-op game, a simultaneous co-op game, and there weren't a lot of those. But it kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it when you're just meant to, like... Well, you died, so you just gotta watch me play for the next 40 minutes by myself as I try to navigate this maze. Oh, you want to play the game? Well, there's nothing I can do about that. Oh, you don't want to play the game? You're telling me the game is actually fucking terrible and you're actually, like, better. It's better that you're dead right now? You're telling me that you... Okay, well, alright. Oh, I grabbed the magnet. I made a huge mistake. I think this just took me around in a circle, unless this is, like... not a circle. Because I could have sworn I was in this room before, right?
I have no idea.
No, these rooms are so distinct, though. Yeah, this is absolutely just coming around full circle. So this is just a trick. A trap. I don't remember which way I came from on this screen. This looks right. This looks like progress, potentially. What is the jump for? That's my question. You can't jump forward, you can only jump up. What is the point of that?
To confuse you and have you get killed.
What are these things? What are these mouths? What is anything in this game? You know, I joke about this being like Pixel Von looking at a corrupted game. I once had a corrupted ROM of this game. And...
How could you tell?
Exactly. I ended up being able to tell because I realized I couldn't make like any progress in the stages even when I was looking at the maps for it. I'm like, oh, these maps don't like match. Like I can just distinguish that there is something wrong with my ROM here, something wrong with what's being loaded here. So imagine like having like an actual cartridge of this on an actual NES, and you know, like cartridge tilted or whatever the case may be, and it's like having to parse this. Or attempting to, at the very least. That was a new sound effect. Did you hear that?
Something like that.
This game is always surprising me. I may be sick in the head, but I kind of want to watch a long play of this. Not on stream, mind you. I think we're done with X-Men. I think Cyclops and Iceman,
cool.
They can stay on the cooler. Ay, ay, ay. Much to consider as we move to the rankings. So let's do it. Let's go to the rankings then, I say. As we move to the ranking screen. Now let's see if this works. Score. All right. Charky, we played 5 games tonight.
Sure did.
We're going to address them in the order that we played them.
All right.
Which I
That's
believe...
starting with Jaws.
No.
Not Jaws. Sorry. Friday the 13th.
Which might as well be Jaws.
Yeah. And in fact, I would put that above Jaws, personally.
Not only would I put it above Jaws, I would put it as our new number 1.
Yeah, okay. I'm okay with that, yeah.
I think that game is incredibly novel. I think it can be frustrating in spots, to be sure. It definitely demands a certain like degree of skill and like learning the mechanics of the game. But I think there's an interesting variety to it. I think like switching between characters and like learning their stats, learning like who excels at what, learning how to position them. I think there's a lot of metagame around that, a lot of strategy you can employ potentially. I think that there's a variety of weapons as well, which is not something you saw very often. And in games of this nature, the ability to pass like items along to people and like go on these like sort of side quests to help you get the better gear. The fact that it has like almost effective jump scares in a horror game in 1989. I think Atlas was proper fucking cooking with this one, if we're being honest. And I would again encourage folk to read our article on the site, thatgamehallofame.com/Friday-the-13th, for my full opinions on that. But yeah, I think that's a strong number 1 that may remain number 1 for quite some time in my books. What was your impression? Give me like a genuine impression of it.
I think it was pretty impressively ambitious, like I said. I think it melded a lot of kind of things together at the time. You had like the first person exploration stuff. You had some kind of like RPG elements in there. Like it definitely looked like it would have been frustrating to play to an extent.
Sure.
But
overcomable.
Yeah, overcomable. It was like throwing a lot of stuff at the wall, and yeah, a good bit of it was sticking.
I think so. Which brings us to Back to the Future.
I would put that below Jaws. And I think that's... I might put that just below Jaws. And above Major League Baseball.
I was almost thinking just a spot above Jaws. I think it's close between those two. I think that Jaws and Back to the Future are definitely vying for that number 3 spot right now. I think I want to give it Back to the Future because there is at least slightly more variety in it.
There is more variety, but somehow Back to the Future feels more long in the tooth. It feels like it outstays its welcome more than Jaws did.
You might be right about that.
If there weren't so many on the street levels, then I think maybe it would be higher.
I think that's a fair argument. You know what? I think you're right. I think Back to the Future, if I can spell it correctly, is going to be our new number 4.
Yeah. Even though it has more variety, it feels more tedious sometimes.
Which brings us to NFL, which, you know, I almost said, like, abstain earlier as a bit, but I'm almost like... I mean, we also have Major League Baseball in here, but also baseball's easier to understand, but...
Yeah. I would not put it at Karate Kid levels. I would put it, like, above Karate Kid and maybe below TNC Surf Design.
You think it was worth in TNC Surf Designs?
I think TNC was more immediately pick up and playable. I think there is on the one hand, like, we didn't have the manual, so we couldn't engage with the game on its level and the level that they would have expected you to have it to be playing with. Because, you know, if you got the game, you would have gotten the manual, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, there were football games that did it better and were way more intuitive. So, like, it didn't have to be as kind of, like, complicated as they made it. But I'm willing to also, you know, admit that they would have given you the means with which to play it, and we didn't have that. But I still think it was.
I think your argument
not
is
great.
fair. I think you raise a fair point. It's probably not great. I think anyone would take a Tecmo Bowl. I think if you had a Tecmo Bowl and then decided to get NFL based on the name branding, you know, based on the licensed tie-in, you're just like, oh, another football game. This one's going to be even better because it's officially licensed. Which, you know, is a perspective people might have actually had back then. They might have thought that the NFL branding was like a mark of quality. Just like blissfully unaware of, you know, how these games are made, how the industry actually operates at that point in time, right?
I think Tecmo Bowl is one of the games that actually had, like, the license of the Players League, but not the NFL. And NFL has the NFL license, not the Players League.
Interesting how that breaks down. But yeah, I think NFL, I'm comfortable with that, even though we didn't engage with it fully as we may have been able to. This is also a stream, you know, and, you know, the rating is compulsory. I think to a certain extent, it's also a gimmick. It's not hard and fast. It's for fun. And, you know, based on our impressions of picking it up and not giving it the due time to look into the manual, I think that's a fine spot for it. Who framed Roger Rabbit, Charky?
That did not seem as bad as I have been led to believe.
I think the one-hit kills are fucking brutal.
That is true. That's true. But it still doesn't look as bad as, like, you know, people have made. I think some people made it out to be.
No, I think it
doesn't seem good. Doesn't seem good, but
there's definitely content to it. There is definitely, like, things to do and, like, a clear progression. Mm-hmm. Not a clear progression. Let me rephrase that. There is an obfuscated progression, but there is a progression nonetheless. There is a sequence of events. There is. You could probably write down notes. That is probably a great game for getting a yellow legal pad out, getting a pencil out, and saying this building contains this item. And so long as those values are static, you can probably make, like, a proper chart of, like, what sequence to do things in.
It feels like that is a game that you could, you know, reason your way through, unless, you know, you bought it over a year after it came out and the phone number didn't work anymore.
Yeah, that is a big deal, though. That you're right about that, to bring that up. Because that could, like, potentially, like, really fuck people up. To get it, like, to get it used, like, after the fact, or get it from, like, a bargain bin. And just to be completely left in the dust with that in a year before, like, easy internet access, before, like, you know, I'm sure you can find, like, some BBS or something, some real sickos out there that would have, like, had the answers for you, but, like, getting online in the late 80s, early 90s was just not a tenable thing unless you were in university or whatever. And you know, even still, you shouldn't be having to jump through those fucking hoops.
And to that end, you know, it's like, do you judge it based on when this game came out? Do you judge it based on playing it now? Do you judge it based on, like, the moment that it stopped working? Or do you, like, say, like, well, yeah, they shouldn't have put that in there in the first place? Which I'm kind of leaning towards that maybe that shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yeah,
like,
but I wonder if you could have still, like, beaten the game. I don't
know how hard that clue would be to, like, work around necessarily without, you know, greater context.
So not knowing fully whether you could have been in the game or not, with or without that hint, it did not seem like the most like essential hint from what we read. So it could have entirely been like, this is skippable. So even let's put that aside for now. This in terms like an adventure game with some like weird like beat 'em up element that is like very poorly implemented.
I would put that below Back to the Future, but maybe above Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think there's an ambition
functional
to it.
And it was functional and it was interesting.
I think we appreciate ambition enough to say like they were attempting something, even if it's not fully executed on. There's still some merit to it, to the attempt being made. Uncanny X-Men.
Bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that is a prototypical bad game. That is like my mind's eye image of a bad game.
Like I said last time that the Karate Kid is like the platonic ideal of a bad NES game. Like if you think bad NES game, you're thinking of something like Karate Kid. Like Uncanny X-Men is worse.
Yeah,
than that. That is like it kind of like the background sprite images, the background tiles and stuff. It feels like Eldritch.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, just no concern for playability whatsoever. Like, if even a bare minimum of like play testing had been done on that game, there would have been such like obvious and apparent issues with the way you progress through levels, with the intended way to play, or whatever the case may be. Oh, they toss a million power-ups at you, but
we also didn't show it during this stream. We might have shown it the last time we played this game. But if you play single player, you have to pick an AI partner, and the AI partner doesn't know how to do anything. So it just
immediately dies, yeah.
Yeah, immediately dies, but not before like freaking out everywhere.
You can you can switch back and forth between them by pressing select, I think, or some other combination of button, and you can like, you know, try to like navigate both of them. You can take turns getting each character up the screen maybe, but that's obviously not a way to play.
That sounds Sisyphean.
Yeah. Which is why like most strategies are just like, let your AI partner die, make the AI partner the melee characters, and let them die immediately. And yeah, you'll be fucked come the last levels when you've like killed off your melee characters, but
doing a co-op ain't much better.
No, it certainly ain't. Yeah, I like that at number 10 because it is dire and it is certainly the worst we've played so far. Will it remain the bottom of the LJN barrel? Will this stay at the bottom of the list for the foreseeable future?
I could see that being the case.
It's entirely possible. But that'll do it for the rankings for tonight. We're up to 10 now. There's only 56 more to go, or 55-ish, somewhere around there. 50 plus more to go. Oh, you know what? No, don't play the year winner screen. No, that's... Sorry, I forgot to uncheck that. We are winners, though, for making it through that stream, I think.
Yes, yeah.
I did want to show off one last thing, though, which is this little image here. The new improved LJN. Looking like these games are tossed into a trash can. Some sort of garbage bin here, which is not the best look. And the context for this advert here will become apparent next stream. This is my hype for next stream. This is me hyping up the next episode of the LJN Connection to say that a major event happens between 1989 and during the course of 1990. If Uncanny X-Men was the last game they released in 1989, they released it in December 1989. Their next games in 1990, the first game of 1990 would come out in July. So that is a 7-month block between games. You know, not knowing exact release dates because they don't really exist for NES games. You can give like a month and a year is the best you can do in like most cases. But so this is all to say that an event occurs between that period of time, which completely derails LJN and sets into sequence a series of events that spells the LJN that we all know and loathe today. But we're going to hold that story back until next time. For now, we will call that a wrap on another episode of the LJN Connection. I will thank you for suffering with me, Charky. Especially during those last two.
Yeah.
Uh,
Last one, really. Roger Rabbit wasn't.
well, no, NFL, right?
Last NFL. Yeah, okay. If we did NFL, then, who cares?
Yeah, no,
X-Men was the worst. X-Men was the worst.
Yes, one of the worst of all time, to be certain. If you like what you saw here, folks, consider following us on Twitch and subscribing to us on YouTube. And if you really like what you saw, consider subscribing on Twitch and pledging on Patreon, and maybe even boosting us on Discord. Or at the very least, just join our Discord server. Hang out with us. Tell us how you feel about Uncanny X-Men. Tell us how we didn't give it a fair shake. Have a heated argument with me in the Your Winner channel about how I'm not being fair to Uncanny X-Men on the NES.
I'm sorry, Cass. Did you beat Uncanny X-Men on the NES?
Shut up! I didn't, though, so I played at least a few levels. That's not the point. The point is, I thank folk for tuning in tonight. I thank folk for watching along with us, for following this rainbow hopefully to its end. We'll see there's a pot of gold at the end of it. I enjoy these long-form series. It's good to be undertaking another one now, where we get to do a variety of games within a certain subset, within a certain criteria, and to chart this bit of history. And, to show which games maybe deserve a more fair shake, to give credit to a Friday the 13th or to a Back to the Future, as the case may be, and to be like, these are kind of okay, honestly. Do you think that there will be a worse game than the Uncanny X-Men? Do you want to place a bet here? Do we want to put money down on this?
I do not want to put money down on this. I definitely don't want to put money down on anything. Do I think there will be a worse game? I would be entirely unsurprised if there was not a worse game than X-Men on NES.
I should let on that I know vaguely. I understand I know all these games that we're gonna play. Obviously, I charted them ahead of time, and I'm looking over the list.
I'm looking at that chart. I'm looking at that list too, and that's what I'm basing my opinion on. That I think it's entirely possible X-Men might be the worst game we played this entire series.
I think there's one or two close contenders. I think there's gonna be a few sprinkled throughout, but there's also gonna be a few good ones. And that's honestly what I'm more hoping at a certain point, that more people would be like, let's see the good ones. Let's see Cass defend the good ones rather than just us suffering, I want there to be some light at the end of this tunnel for us. But alas.
I know there's at least one in the future that I really like.
Well, that's very good. I'm looking forward to that one then. Let's see who's currently streaming at this hour of the night. Squatulus seems to be playing an image of killer whales jumping out of the water. So that strikes me as some sort of multimedia thing.
I could have sworn I knew what she was streaming tonight, but I can't remember it now. Multimedia on Windows
there we go.
98.
Like I said, it's a multimedia something or other, which is always a good time if you ask me. So please to send them love. And as for the Bad Game Hall of Fame stream, that's us signing off. I've been Cass.
I'm Charkie.
Thank you again to everybody for the fourth time tonight. The Sapporo really hit at a certain point. I've just been drinking off of it all night, so I'm pretty pleased right now. I'm feeling pretty good, even though we suffered some Uncanny X-Men, some other, whichever other game I didn't like. I don't remember. It's all haze to me. Thank you. It's all becoming a blur. So it's probably best if I just say bye.
Good night, everybody.